This is Things I Need to Learn in Life I Didn't Learn in School, covering everything we should know as adults that got glossed over in our classrooms. With your host, Wave News anchor, Dawne Gee.
Thank you once again for joining us for the podcast, Things I Need to Learn in Life I Didn't Learn in School. I'm Dawne Gee, your host, and I'm always trying to find things that you need to know in your life, but it's not something you have been taught. One of the things that I see every day, and one of the things that approaches me every single day, people try to scam me easily. Before I came into this room, somebody had called and said it was the financial hardship, whatever. I'm not having any hardships right now, thank God. But this is what happens. So we're talking about scams. Our guest today, Whitney Atkins, Director of Strategic Marketing for the BBB. She's going to walk us through things that we need to know, maybe things we didn't think about. And it's so funny, she and I have been talking for a while, doing the podcast, and I forgot to turn my cameras and my sound on and all of that, so it didn't work. So we're starting over again, which is okay.
That's okay.
It's a lesson to tell you, hold on, stop, slow down.
There you go.
That's the lesson I think we need to learn in scams. They're more prevalent than ever before.
They really are.
They're everywhere.
Yes. Yeah, I think they're not going away anytime soon, unfortunately. And one thing that we've definitely seen at Better Business Bureau is since the onset of the pandemic, especially with folks in more vulnerable positions, maybe stuck at home more, we've only seen scams go on the rise. So we are trying our best to get out there, to be more vigilant, to educate the public, and to get consumers to be more vigilant as well. Because we were talking, and I said the scammers are, unfortunately, they're always a step ahead. Because this is what they do. They want to get our money. They want to get personal information from us in order to potentially steal our identities. They're out there trying to get what is not theirs through illegal means, and they're crafty about it, and they're going to do it however they can. So because they are so unfortunately good at what they do, we need to be all the more aware, all the more on the lookout for the red flags that are out there that point toward something being a scam.
So why are they always ahead? Like, if they're this brilliant and smart and so ahead of us, and this is probably a question she cannot answer, but why can't they get like a job and do something good if they're so brilliant?
I say the same thing all the time. I think, your intelligence could be used for such good things, not bad things. And I think, honestly, the bottom line comes down to they're looking for the easy way to get money. It's not the legal way, it's not the right way, but it's the easy way because they figured out methods where they can just continuously target a lot of individuals at once. So maybe you or I don't fall for a scam, but they're on very quickly to the next victim. So eventually they're going to find someone whose guard is down, and they're going to trick that person, that victim, into handing over essentially the keys to the safe, their credit card information, their social security, their personal info, and then that's all they need to wipe somebody out, to take their money. And if they can do this enough times, unfortunately, it's an easy, not good, but easy way to make a lot of money quickly before they get caught.
I guess in my head, I just think, I don't click that button. And one day I know it's got me before. I'm sure it'll get me again. But I think, I don't click that button. I don't do this. They can't be making any money, but somebody falls for it.
Somebody falls for it, unfortunately. And what I like to tell folks, well, first and foremost, if you find that you've been the victim of a scam, please report it. Please report it to the Better Business Bureau, to the FTC. If in some cases you may even need to file a police report. But bottom line, please report it. Please don't feel embarrassed. I know it can make us feel so vulnerable, so embarrassed, but I'm asking you to sort of push that down, to not feel embarrassed, because this truly can happen to anyone. And I'm here to tell you, because I see the other side of things. I see the reports come in, and it does not matter your educational background. I don't care what type of job you have, how much money you make, where you come from. anyone can be susceptible to a scam. Sometimes we hear, oh, that's something that only, if it's a younger person, they think only the old folks fall for that. Or if it's an older person, they think, well, that's just someone who's young and naive. I don't care how young you are, how old you are. Everyone can be susceptible to a scam because scammers, for the most part, are trying to get us when our guard is down, when we're not thinking with common sense, when we're not thinking objectively. They want us to think emotionally, whether they get us really excited, oh my gosh, I won the Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes, or they're trying to get us really scared, oh my gosh, I'm about to be arrested or I'm in big trouble. Either way, you let your guard down, you're starting to think emotionally, you're going to be more susceptible to a scammer's plot, unfortunately. So that's why we try to get out there, because again, it truly can happen to anyone. And if and when it does, I really want folks to report it, because that's the only way that institutions like us can be aware of what's going on in our area, if folks are telling us. And that helps us get out and educate people so that it doesn't happen again. I like to say that when you report a scam, it really is, it's this kind, altruistic thing, because you are helping us educate the public. So maybe this doesn't happen to your loved ones, your neighbors, your friends. If it happened to you, at least let's turn it into a good thing and prevent it from happening to someone else.
Well, I feel like we talk about it so much here and warn people so much here at WAVE. Like, I had someone stop me at church, and she was crying, and I said, what's the matter?
Yeah.
And she said, I need your help. Someone had called her, and we had talked about this, and she said they were like whispering, and they were in trouble, and they need money, and they said it was her grandson.
Oh, goodness, yes.
And I thought, my first thought was, don't you know your grandson's voice? But she said they were whispering, and, he was in trouble, and he needed this money now, and she sent it.
And I'm guessing her grandchild was fine.
Her grandson was at home sleeping in the bed.
Right, as they usually are.
And nothing was wrong, so she wanted me to help her get this money back. The problem is, once those scammers get that money, they're like the wind.
It is typically, it depends on, the circumstance, but yes, so often it is gone. And the one that your friend fell prey to is actually, we call it the grandparent scam, where they try, there are a couple different ways. They may just randomly call until they get that grandparent on the phone. And yes, they're going to do their best to imitate a grandchild, but catch you unawares, so that all you're thinking is, oh my gosh, my grandchild needs me. You're not necessarily thinking, well, this doesn't sound like, my grandchild. You're just thinking, I need to help. I need to help my loved one. Or sometimes, they do a little bit of homework and they target someone specifically because they've been stalking on social media. They may know your grandchild's name. They may know enough details to be convincing. But either way, the bottom line is they're just looking to catch you off your guard, catch you when you're not thinking, and play on your heartstrings, because they know what we all know about grandparents and parents is we're going to do whatever we can to help our babies, right? But yes, also to your point about getting her money back, it can be really hard, if not impossible. So that's why we really stress any situation where they are trying to get you to act immediately, whether they're saying, no, yes, I'm your loved one and I'm in trouble, or they're saying that you're in trouble and you need to act now, or even if it's an offer that just seems too good to be true, but you have to act now. If they're demanding money over the phone right that instant, nope. If they are saying you need to wire money, even a lot of times what we see now is they're saying you can even pay by gift card. You can pay by a prepaid debit card.
So that right there is a clue.
It is.
No legit business, no police station, no IRS, no new job is going to say, can you pay me in whatever gift cards or credit cards.
And the reason scammers are sort of pushing these alternate methods, such as gift cards, money wiring, is because they aren't secure methods of payment. So once that money is gone, once that, whether you read that gift card number off over the phone or you physically hand it to someone, it's gone. You really can't get that money back. Now, if you were to pay for something or exchange the money by a credit card or even a debit card, that at least is a secure form of payment that you could, contest that charge down the road if you find that you were scammed. So that's another reason we at the Better Business Bureau always stress, whenever we're talking about any exchange of money or purchasing anything, please, if you can, pay with a credit card or even a debit card, a bank card, because those are secure methods of payment. They have protections built in should you need to dispute a charge down the road. Gift cards, wiring money, cash, it's gone, and there's not a lot we can really do to help victims get that money back, unfortunately. And scammers know that. They do.
All right. So it's like yesterday I got a text, and it said it was from my doctor, my orthopedist.
Okay.
And they wanted me to kind of rate how my doctor's appointment was. I did have a doctor's appointment that day. I was so nervous that I called my doctor's office and said, did you just send me, like, is this you? And it took them like 15 minutes before they could tell me if it was
really
them.
Okay.
They were like, hold on, I got to go talk to so-and-so in IT. Well, she's not there. I've got to go talk to. And then they finally called me back and said it is him, because I did want to leave a good rating for him. But these scams now come by letter. They come by text.
Yes.
They come by email. They come by phone call.
Yeah.
What did I forget?
I think you hit them all. Social media.
Social media.
A lot of, DMs, direct messaging. We see a lot of scams that way. If there is a method of communication out there, they're going to utilize it. It doesn't matter what and they may target certain demographics based on, with different types of communication. The younger demographics, we see fall prey a little bit more often to your online buying scams, your online shopping scams, because as a generation, they are online more. That's where they are more. But yes, if there's a way to reach you, they're going to use it to reach you. So that's maybe 15 minutes out of your day that you had to spend, but good on you for being diligent and making sure before you clicked on a text message.
I literally, and somebody asked me in my family, said, why are they targeting you? I get, your PayPal has been locked.
Yes.
Please click this link. Don't click that link.
Please don't. Yeah, don't click any links.
It could be malware.
Yes.
It could be anything. I get emails, the same thing. You did not pay this bill. Your Apple account, has been corrupted. And I'm going to call Apple. I'm not clicking on that link,
No, absolutely,
right?
absolutely. Yeah. Another big one we see is Amazon. We get a lot of reports about, well, they said they were from Amazon customer support saying that there's been a suspicious charge on my account. I'm here to tell you, Amazon is not calling people questioning why they're buying things. They want you to buy things, but it doesn't matter. They're going to pretend to be Apple. They're going to pretend to be Amazon, these larger companies, and say that there's been suspicious activity on your account. Don't click on any links, because you are correct. That could be malware. That could be, just a way to steal your identity, or they may just lead you down a road that eventually leads you to putting in credit card information. Whatever it is, it's typically not good. So don't click on any links that you're not expecting or from a source that you cannot verify. Call the company, like you said, call or contact the company directly if you're not sure. If you think maybe this message is from Amazon, maybe my Apple account is in need of attention, call the company or contact them directly. Ask about the status of your account. They'll be more than happy to help you. They don't want people out there scamming under their name, because that makes them look bad. If someone thinks, well, Amazon took my money or Apple took my money, they don't want their names used like that. They want to help their customers. So please, if you're ever in doubt, contact the company directly. Don't respond to a suspicious message. Call the company directly, because they'll be more than happy to clear up any questions you might have. One of those that we see a lot, especially in this area, is LG&E. The poor people at LG&E are dealing, I feel like, with scams, and their folks pretending to be them so often, and we get these messages so often. But the one we see a lot now is scammers are actually masking their own phone numbers so that it looks like the LG&E number.
It will say LG&E when they call.
LG&E when they call, or if you Google the number, it'll pop up as LG&E's number, so it seems legitimate. But then if you answer, they tell you, we're about to shut off your power in 30 minutes unless you pay. You can pay over the phone. Again, it's that you need to act now, you need to pay now type of messaging. This is not, I'm here to tell you, I know the number looks legitimate. This is not LG&E. LG&E does not call people and demand money over the phone. They certainly don't say you can pay by gift card. That's just not how they operate, right? If they need to contact you by account, it typically comes through the mail, but regardless, they're not out here calling people saying, you better pay up. We got a guy out front right now ready to shut off your power, even though the number looks like theirs. That's just another way that scammers are getting good. They're able to mask their numbers. So what you do in this case is, again, disengage from that phone call. Don't send any money over. Don't agree to pay any money over the phone. Call LG&E directly, and they will tell you the status of your account, and they'll more than likely tell you, nope, that wasn't one of our people. That's a scam.
See, but that's the hard part. I kept getting a letter from Lexus.
Okay.
I have a Lexus.
Yeah.
And they're very good.
Yes.
They take good care of us.
Yeah.
And the letter kept saying I didn't pay something. I was like, this can't be right. And I was just thinking, then I got another one.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I don't want them to think badly of me.
Yeah, you want to be
like,
up to date.
Maybe I should pay this. And then I said, I'm not paying this. So I took the letter, drove to Lexus.
Oh my gosh.
Walked in and said, what are you talking about? And the guy said, Miss G, that's not us. And it had the Lexus logo.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, then this is your responsibility to stop this. And they said, we can't stop that. We don't even know where it's coming from.
That's the hard part about so many of these scams is you cannot pinpoint where they are originating from. You know, it's kind of typically it's a bigger web of scammers. And it's unfortunately really easy to grab Lexus's logo off the internet. It can be really easy, if they know what they're doing, to make up a letter that looks official, looks legitimate, looks real enough to, again, make you nervous and think, do I owe money? Did I miss something? But again, you were smart and you took it to the source and said, what's going on here, guys? Is this you? And they were able to tell you, nope, not us.
So I think I feel like, though, and I don't know if anybody else out there is like me, I, at this point, check everything.
Yes.
I don't trust anybody. And if I do get a letter in the mail, I start thinking, oh, yeah, I remember I do that. Oh, that. I don't call the number on the letter. I call the number that I know is theirs.
Yes, that's smart.
Is that like, am I being like over crazy?
I mean, can you be over diligent? I don't know, but at least you are taking all the steps to protect yourself, protect your family from any potential scammers. Because as we've said, they're out there and they're using all these different avenues to get to you. And it's one of those hard things where if the scam works on some people, they're going to assume it's going to work on more people. So they're going to keep trying it on different people. We'll see when a scam becomes popular, we can tell because we'll get reports coming in from all over the state, even from other states, saying, basically the same scam played out. So if it works on someone, they're going to keep trying it because it worked once, it might work again. So now, I know some of the things I ask folks to do and the steps that you're already taking, yes, they can be kind of annoying. Yes, they can be a little bit time consuming, but better to be cautious ahead of time than to have to deal with the aftermath of being scammed, of having your bank account information hacked or having your identity stolen, because then there are all those steps you have to take to rectify that situation. So I say better to be diligent up front, maybe even overly diligent, than to have to deal with, being scammed.
All right, so let's just go through a few things here. I get texts talking about click this to find out how you can lose weight, or click this. Apple's giving away 10 iPods.
Yes.
You've been, iPads. You've been selected. Don't click those.
Don't click on any link that. If it's an unsolicited text message and you get a link, don't click on it. I'm kind of like you, where even if a friend or even my husband sends me a link or emails me a link,
I'm not hitting it.
I will text them and say, before I click on this, is this you? Did you? Or I'll message them and say, is this legitimate? And it usually is, but because we like to send links to articles or whatever to each other. That's fine, but always verify. And if it's an unsolicited message and you don't know the source, don't click on it.
I block those.
Yes.
Too.
Yeah. Good idea.
If I think, I just block them.
It's just one less way they can, contact you.
Don't give any personal information at all, right? During a call.
Right, absolutely, especially if you are unfamiliar with the source. Again, if it's one of those unsolicited messages, don't give out personal information over the phone until and unless you can verify absolutely who you are dealing with and why they need that information. But don't just, be protective of it. It's a valuable thing, our personal information. It's as we've seen, because scammers want it, it is valuable. So please be protective of it. Be cautious about giving it out.
If somebody asks you, you've got to do it now.
Yes.
Whether it's pay something or you've won something or whatever. If it's an immediate now, that should be a red flag.
That should be a red flag, absolutely, because if it's not a scam tactic, it's a sales. There are so few things I can think of out there where you would absolutely have to act now. There's always time, right? There's always time to do something. So no, don't be stressed into acting urgently by someone on the phone or on the other end of the line saying, yes, you have to act now, or you don't get the deal, or you don't get the money, or you're in trouble. No, don't act now, especially if it involves paying money right now.
Even if you don't fall for the scam, and I ask this for myself as well too, I've never reported those texts, I guess, because should we talk about reporting?
Sure.
Because if it's a real scam and I don't file a formal complaint, then when it happens to someone else, that's partially my fault.
Well, it's hard. I think because they're becoming so prevalent, especially the text messages, we almost, it's just easier to say delete, goodbye, and go on about your day. And that's understandable, because I think we're all probably to some extent being bombarded by these scam messages. But yes, as much as you can, please report it. We try to make it really easy at BBB. If you just visit bbb.org, right on our homepage, you'll see what's called Scam Tracker. And that is our online form that you can fill out. You just give us as much information as you can. If you have the phone number, go ahead and give it to the text message came from, go ahead and give it to us. Tell us what the text said. Tell us if it included a link. If it's purported to be AT&T, Amazon, whomever, tell us that too. Just give as much information as you can, and we'll take it from there as far as verifying it. And then we can, once we verify it, we can report it. We make it public on our scam tracker system so that others can, if they come across a similar message, they can actually go to our website and say, AT&T text message, and they'll pull up all the reports that might include that search word, or Amazon or Apple or what survey, anything like that. They can pull up reports, and hopefully they'll see, oh, this looks like a scam. I'm not gonna engage. So the more we report, basically the better that we become at educating others and protecting others. And I just want to add, yes, we at BBB, when you're reporting a scam, we do ask for some of your information. And I just got done telling you, don't give out your personal information. We'll ask for your name and your phone number in case we need to contact you. We do not publish any of your personal information, Dawn, or anybody else.
Right, but I know you're the BBB because I just went to the BBB site and filled that out.
Yeah, and I'm here to tell you, we just collect that so that if I'm reading through the report and I have questions, want to get a bit more information, I can reach out to Dawn and say, hey, can you talk to me a little bit about what happened? Or I may email you and say, hey, can you talk to me a little bit more about what happened? Sometimes we even email folks who've reported to us and say, hey, this sounds like a pretty serious, important scam. We want to get the word out. Would you be willing to talk to our friends in the media to help us get the word out? So that's the only reason we're asking for that information. But again, we're not going to share any of your personal information on our website. We're only here to report on the scammers and the scams.
We should possibly also think about reporting to the Federal Trade Commission and the Attorney General's office.
Absolutely, because we work closely with both institutions. We share information with them, because it just helps us be better at stopping this. And sometimes, depending on the scam, it does take reporting it to the Attorney General, maybe even filing a police report if you have been scammed out of money or your personal information. There are going to be multiple steps you might have to take, multiple agencies to report to. But the more you do, the better at not only protecting yourself, but again, getting the word out and alerting others to scam, because as you said, there are new ones cropping up every day. A lot of them boil down to the same basic formula, but they take on new shapes and forms, new types. And the more information we have, the better we can be aware of that and get the word out about it.
I'm thinking of one that has been pretty prevalent too. You've won something, or you just got a new job.
Yes.
But for both of these, this would never happen if it's real. And they send you $150,
Yes,
but you
the
need
check
to send back however much. And that check's not real.
It is not real. We see a lot of check scams, especially tied to employment scams, unfortunately, where it follows the same formula where you think you've landed a new job. It's even a great work from home job. Or another one we see a lot are the car wrapping scams. Now, there are legitimate, obviously you've seen them, I've seen them out on the road.
I got it. They were like, will you wrap your car and we'll give you $400 a month.
Yeah, but oops, we sent you too much money. So if you could just deposit this check and send this money back to us, or you're going to deposit this check, but you're going to send some of this money to this third party who's going to take care of wrapping your car or take care of delivering the supplies you need. The check's not real. That third party, they're in on the scam too. They're not legitimate either. Bottom line, anytime someone is sending you a check and then asking for some of that money back, that's a big red flag that you're dealing with a scammer, or really any so-called employer who is sending you a check to pay for supplies. It's just not typically how it's done. If they're legitimate, typically they're gonna order the supplies themselves and have them delivered to you. They're not gonna go through this rigmarole of sending you a check, making you buy the supplies, etc. At least no legitimate opportunity that we have heard of. So yes, we see a lot of check scams tied to employment opportunities, unfortunately.
Secret shopper.
That's another one.
Somebody called me and said, would you like to be a secret shopper? You can go in and eat and do all of that.
Doesn't
we'll
sound
pay
fun.
for it. It sounds like the best.
Right.
And then you tell us how they did. And generally, it's not.
It's generally, this is another sign of a scam, especially if it comes back to they're sending you money ahead of time, but you need to send some of that back, or it's, check. Yeah. Again, there are legitimate secret shopper opportunities out there, but there aren't as many as you would think there are based on the number of people who are being contacted about them, unfortunately.
Okay, we're running out of time, but I want to make sure that we don't miss anything, because the number of calls about scams, and it breaks my heart.
Mine too.
Because I don't know a lot of people who just have money to throw away.
I know I don't, yeah.
Absolutely. And to see them lose it,
it's heartbreaking.
It makes me sick.
Yes.
So we've only got a couple of more minutes here. Is there a 1, 2, 3 that you want to make sure that we know?
Yeah, just some general red flags. Again, anything that is trying to get you to act quickly, whether it's an emergency or it's a too good to be true. Just real quick, a lot of ones we're seeing now are cryptocurrency investment scams. So if it sounds too good to be true, I'm here to tell you it probably is, especially if it involves paying money right then and there. So anytime you're dealing with a situation where they want you to pay money right now and it's urgent, I want you to stop and pause and evaluate the situation, because more than likely than not, they are playing on your emotions. Number 2, please, whenever you are exchanging money, do so with a secure form of payment. Credit card, bank card, and if whoever you're dealing with doesn't want you to pay by those methods or only accepts PayPal, only accepts gift cards, that's a red flag to walk away if they're not willing to accept a secure form of payment. And really, I think a lot of it comes down to research. Research who you're interacting with before you do any business with them. You can visit BBB to learn more about different companies, to learn more about the scams that are out there, but do a little bit of homework first before you agree to anything, before you pay any money. I think that step goes a long way towards protecting yourself against potential scammers.
All right. It's a shame that this is what we have to do.
It is. I know.
And it wears me out some days because I get so many of them that this has got to be a joke.
I swear they target you a lot.
I don't know why.
Time I talk to you.
Yeah, and it's just I'm looking at it, and I'm so we just have to be careful.
We have to be careful. We have to be vigilant. And yes, I know it can be frustrating or time consuming at times.